What's up guys, my name is Jragon, and welcome back to the How to Create series where I show you guys how to make different machines in the Create mod. Today we're going to be making a gold farm, and now this is going to be without the cobblestone generator, so you guys can make whatever cobble generator you want and attach it to this, and this will just process all of that cobblestone down into gold. Of course, if you do want the schematic, there will be a link in the description below where you can go and download it yourself. And if you do decide to download it, this is the schematic you'll get, with some signs that will tell you where to put the liquids that you need. But this is the farm in its entirety, and it only runs off about 20,000 stress units. So if you want to build the 5x5x5 boiler over here that I made in an earlier video, it will be powerful enough to run 3 of these guys simultaneously. So to process cobblestone down into gold is a little bit complicated. It uses a lot of different functions in the Create mod in order to turn the product into what it needs to be. So to start off with, obviously this will be the input for cobblestone. Cobblestone gets crushed down into gravel, gravel gets crushed down into sand. Crushing that into sand will give 2 byproducts, both clay and flint. Flint we don't need, but clay we will, so we will just dump the flint into a cauldron that'll have lava in it. And the clay and sand go forward, where the clay just gets pushed forward more, but the sand gets washed down into clay balls itself. All the clay then gathers up into this one basin, which then presses it down into a clay block. The clay blocks will get smelted down into terracotta. The terracotta will get crushed into red sand, and then that red sand will be washed into both golden nuggets and dead bushes. The dead bushes we don't need, so we just drop them into another cauldron that'll have lava in it. And then the gold nuggets get compressed down into gold ingots and put into the barrel. So definitely a lot more complicated than the iron farm, but this should still work pretty well. So this is everything you're going to need in order to build the farm itself. Overall, it's not too bad, though the most expensive thing you're probably going to be making is these brass tunnels right here, because each set of 2 requires 2 brass ingots and an electron tube. And this is everything you're going to need in order to set each of the filters. So to get started, we're going to put down an item vault just right here. Now you don't need this top bit, this is just to be in place of a cobblestone generator. So wherever your cobblestone generator output is, you're going to want to put down a vault under that. Connected to that vault is going to be a brass funnel, making sure not to shift right click so the arrow is pointing outwards. Under that, you're going to want to put down a shaft, just like so, making sure it is facing this way. And then we're going to come out 19 blocks from this shaft. So starting at this block right here, we're going to come out 19. Once you're out 19 blocks, you're going to build up one more, just like so. And we're going to put down another shaft, just like that, making sure it is facing the same direction as the one down there. Then we're going to grab a mechanical belt, and we are going to connect the 2. Connected to each side of this belt will be 2 gearboxes, like so. And we're going to put one more on the back of that, just like so. Then we're going to place 3 vertical gearboxes on each side, and 2 more gearboxes in front of each of those 3 vertical gearboxes. Then on each corner of these vertical gearboxes, we are going to put down a crushing wheel. And then in front of these gearboxes, we're going to put a shaft into the belt. And then we're going to come out 1 on each side. Then going forward to blocks, we're going to do the same thing. However, on this shaft right here, we're going to put an extra one out just like that. And we're going to copy the same design up there, another 2 blocks out, just like so. Then we're going to connect everything up with belts, and this is where most of our brass tunnels are going to be used. So we're going to place 3 brass tunnels down at the start, just like so. We're going to filter out sand in the middle, so make sure that you place that right there. Clay on the right side, and flint on the left. We're then going to put another set of brass tunnels down right here, just 2 blocks ahead of the old ones. And we're going to filter out sand on this side, and everything else can stay open. Then, on the end of all of these belts, we're going to put down more of these brass tunnels. On these first 3, we're going to filter out clay, just like so. And on the opposite side, on this tunnel specifically, we're also going to put down clay. Then connecting to this belt on the right side of the machine, we're going to put down a shaft. And we're going to put down 1 more going out, just like so. And on the left side of the machine, we're just going to put down 1 shaft into the belt. Then on the left side, we're going to come up with 2 encased chain drives, making sure they are facing the same direction, just like so. And on the right side, we're going to come up with 4. Next, we're going to take our encased fans, and on the same level, we're going to put them facing inwards. And you can put down 2 water buckets, making sure you don't change the filter of each of these tunnels. Next, in front of this tunnel that has the sand filtered out right here, we're going to go to this belt, and under this belt, we're going to put down a brass funnel, making sure that the arrow is facing outwards. And under that funnel, we're going to put down a cauldron, and we're going to put down a lava bucket in that cauldron. Next, from the top of this encased chain drive, we're going to come out 2 with a few shafts, put down a gearbox on the end of that, And we're going to come out to just like so. Then on the backs of each tunnel that doesn't have a belt coming out of it, we're going to put down some cobblestone. The reason why we're going to do this is because if we didn't, some of the drops will still just fly out from these tunnels and not go anywhere and just fall onto the floor, and that wouldn't be good. Connected to these two shafts we came outwards with, we're going to put down a mechanical press. And then under that mechanical press, we're going to put down a basin. In this basin, we're going to filter out clay blocks specifically, just like so. Then on both sides where there is a belt under it, we're going to put down brass funnels. Then under this brass funnel, we're going to put down a shaft into the belt. And we're going to come out 2 on each side. On top of the end of each shaft, we're going to put down an encased fan, just like so, making sure they are both facing inwards. And we're going to connect each of them up using these encased chain drives. Then you're going to put down 2 cobblestone pieces right there. And we're going to put down a brass tunnel in the middle of that. And on this filter, we're going to set terracotta. And then we're going to put 2 pieces of cobblestone down on the outside, just like so. And then in these 2 slots, we're going to put down lava, just like that. Then one more thing I forgot is that this belt funnel, right next to both of these lavas, we're going to put a filter of clay blocks instead. In front of this brass tunnel, we're going to put down a shaft into the belt. And then we're going to put down 2 vertical gearboxes attached to that belt, just like so. And then on top of those 2 vertical gearboxes, we're going to put down 2 crushing wheels. In front of those crushing wheels, in this belt specifically, we're going to put down another shaft. And then on each side, we're going to come out 1 just like so. On top of each of those are going to be an encased fan, making sure that they are both facing inwards. And then again, connect them both up with the encased chain drives. In front of those, we're going to put another shaft into the belt. And on the left side, we're going to come out like so, just 1 of these. And then in front of that, we're going to do the same thing. Then our last mechanical belt, can connect those 2 together. On the end of this belt, we're going to put down a andesite funnel. Attached to that funnel, we're going to put down a chute. And then you're going to want to take a wrench, pick back up the funnel, and then shift right click it back onto this chute right there, just to make sure that it is orientated correctly. Then 2 blocks under this chute, we're going to put down a cauldron and fill that up with our last lava bucket. Then we're going to take our brass tunnels and we're going to put them down right here. In the right one, we're going to filter out golden nuggets, and the left one, we're going to filter out dead bushes. And on the back of this tunnel, we are going to put down our list filter. Now this list filter is set to denying red sand, just to make sure that red sand can actually get washed instead of just going through immediately. And then we're going to put down another water bucket right there. Then all we got to do is right next to this chute, we're going to put down a basin. We're going to attach an andesite funnel on the back side of that basin. And then our last andesite funnel onto any storage system you want to put it in. I'm just using a barrel because it is very easy. Then on top of this basin, we're going to shift right click down a mechanical press. And then we're going to use the rest of these shafts and connect together those 2 presses. And after that is all done, that should be the farm all ready to go. So I'm going to leave this machine to run for an hour, and I'm going to see just how many gold ingots we can make. So it's been an hour, and the machine hasn't backed up at all. As you can tell, we only have a little bit of sand left over right up in here. But in total, we got about 94 gold ingots, and I did start the timer just a little bit late, so I'm going to round that up to about 100 gold ingots per hour. With only 20,000 stress units being used, that is not that bad, and if we take into consideration that this thing can power 3 of them, if you build 3 of these back to back to back and power it with that thing, and I'll have them converge down into one little storage system, you'll get about 300 gold ingots per hour, which is not bad in the slightest. But that'll be it from me. If you guys did enjoy this video and want to see more ideas like it, then do let me know down in the comments below, as well as hit the subscribe button, as it will help me out a ton. We're slowly but surely on our way to over 2,000 subscribers, and I hope to reach that by the end of the year. There will be a link in the description for the download for the schematic for this gold farm if you want to use that. And if you want to build this little stress unit generator, then there will be a link in the description to the video where I go over how to make this thing exactly. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you have a good rest of your day or night, depending on where you are. And I will talk to you all later.